I want to organize my router bits. I like the way this box holds them. The dense foam works very well. The bits will stay put for the most part. I'm not satisfied with storing them this way. I'm wasting a lot of space, and even though the bits only bump plastic, I don't like it. I would also like to get all my bits into one case. This one should be able to handle a bit a little over 3.5 inches in length. But what to put in it to hold the bits? I did look at some dense foam and some router bit storage inserts. I know I would have trouble forming the holes in the foam, and the inserts will create a height complication. Then the thought of O-rings crossed my mind. After a bit of testing, I decided to go with these 200 series O-rings. The 100 series just didn't quite hold the bit as tight as I wanted for a case that I will be moving around. I think the 100 series would be fine for like a fixed wall mount storage rack or a drawer, something like that. Here's the test where I decided the 200 series O-rings would hold the bits about like I wanted. The idea is to create a pocket to hold the O-ring. The pocket needs to be big enough not to bind the O-ring in any direction, and a clearance hole for the shaft will go through the middle of the O-ring pocket. This is 2 small pieces of 1/2 inch PVC board screwed together for the test. I'm cutting the O-ring pocket with a 5/8 inch Forstner bit. I didn't have a 9/16 inch. The depth of the hole is about 0.15 inches. I'm using a 17/64 inch drill for the shaft clearance hole. The O-rings have a bit too much play, but it's fine for the test. Put the bottom piece on to hold the O-rings in place, and the screw holes line it back up. It's a nice snug fit. Here, even shaking them, they don't fall out. I think this will work. My outline for the storage case insert is a little bit oversized. The test board I cut is a really tight fit. I'm going to leave it that way as I'm going to try for a friction fit into the case. If it is too tight a fit, this PVC board is very easy to sand. I made a list of my router bits by diameter. Then I arranged them with what I hope is enough room to easily access them. With the space left, I was able to add a few more spots for a variety of bits. Then at the center of each bit, I put the O-ring pocket and a shaft hole for that particular size of shaft. Now, to generate the G-code, then it's time to start cutting the pieces out. This will be the top piece. It will have the cutouts for the O-rings in it. I'm drilling the shaft holes first. The holes for the 1/4 inch bits are 0.27 inches in diameter, and the holes for the 1/2 inch bits are 0.52 inches in diameter. The number 202 O-rings, used to hold the 1/4 inch bits, have an outside diameter of 0.512 inches, so I'm making the pocket diameter for these 0.56 inches. The O-rings used to hold the 1/2 inch bits are the number 206. They have an outside diameter of 0.762 inches, and I'm using a pocket diameter of 0.82 inches for them. The 200 series O-rings have a cross section of 0.139 inches, so I'm making the depth of the pocket that holds them 0.15 inches. Then I cut the piece that will hold the O-rings in place. Just the shaft holes are drilled in this, the same diameters as the top piece. I will cut a third piece to use as a spacer, to raise it all up a bit in the case. I'll clean any burrs off with some medium grit sandpaper, Placing the O-rings is kinda soothing. I would not have expected that. What I thought would have been tedious is quite calming. New stress relieving technique. Placing O-rings in holes. I will align the top and bottom pieces, using some blocks to make sure the two pieces stay aligned till I get a couple screws in it. I will pilot and countersink the screw locations. I'm using 9 3/4 inch number 6 wood screws to hold it together. I'm pretty sure that will be plenty. The PVC board is pretty rigid, but it's not plywood. I will do the same thing with the bottom piece, only going to hold it in place with 4 screws. It's really just being used as a spacer, but as I didn't enlarge the holes for the bit shafts, it will have to be accurately aligned. Now that it's all together, I'm going to taper it a little and round the bottom edges over with some very coarse sandpaper. Going to clean the surface with some isopropyl alcohol. Then going to use a little bit of VHB tape to make sure the insert doesn't fall out on me. Then it just pushes into the case and it's ready to go. It will take me a bit to decide the best spot for the different bits, but they are not hard to push into place. Well, that's all my bits, at least all I can find at the moment. I know I have a couple of dovetail bits, but I seem to have misplaced them. But I have space for 10 more 1/2 inch bits and 9 more 1/4 inch bits, so that should hold me for quite a while. Now the upside down test to see if they stay in place, especially the big heavy ones. That will work. Easy access and all my bits together in one case. I'm very happy with that. Thank you for watching.